Good evening and welcome to the evening news for today, Tuesday, October 25, 2022. I am Jemima Holmes. Thank you for tuning in. Now let's take a look at some of the lead stories tonight. No electoral advantage for political parties with proposed changes to ROPA, says AG. Gas to shore, AMAILA Falls projects engaging Canadian corporations. Attention. Stray catchers continue to operate despite unit being disbanded. Matter closed, says MOFA on abuse allegations against CHARRANDASS PERSAUD. And 24 homeless after fires ripped through 6 houses in BERBICE. Now for the news in detail. The proposed amendments to the Representation of the People's Act, which are currently the subject of national stakeholder consultations, are in no way, shape, or form intended to give any political party an advantage at the polls, Attorney General Anil Nandlal has made clear. Gerald Bryan reports.
On Tuesday, national consultations on electoral reforms began at the Arthur Chung Conference Center. Attorney General Anil Nandlal led the presentations and stressed that these reforms are not intended to give any political party an electoral advantage. These reforms, he noted, are good for democracy.
The important thing that I want to emphasize here is that there is not a single proposals on these pieces of paper that are intended to create an electoral advantage for any political party. And I want to stress and emphasize that 100 times. That if there is any person who can point to me or to us as a collective a particular provision that creates an electoral advantage for any political party, we are prepared to engage and engage publicly too. The point I am making is that these reforms are good for the system. They are good for the process, they are good for the country, they are good for democracy.
The AG also gave an example of one of the proposed amendments to the Representation of the People's Act, which would not favor one party over another.
There's a limit. No more than 400 electors are to be assigned to a polling station. No more. You can have less. So right away you put a cap. So we don't have electors lining up in the hot sun. As again, I want you to interrogate this and tell me that if it creates any political advantage for any political party. Not every guy needs the sun, no shining. The sun is only shining in PPP areas, or the rain only falls in certain areas. It's right across the board. It's to make the electors comfortable, to make voting easy, to give greater accessibility to the polling places and polling stations.
With March 13, 2023 set as a date for local government elections, government is hoping to bring the electoral reform bill to the National Assembly within a month or two. Gerald Bryan, The Evening News.
A Canadian consortium of firms is among the bidders who have been shortlisted for the construction of the transformational gas-to-shore project, for which the government is seeking a contractor to construct the power plant and the natural gas liquids plant. Here is Gerald Bryan again with the details.
This was revealed by Canadian High Commissioner to Guyana Mark Berman in a recent interview with Paul Moore. He had been asked about the Memorandum of Understanding that Guyana signed with the Canadian Commercial Corporation, CCC, in April of this year. With CCC's involvement in the gas-to-shore project, the consortium of companies would be backed by the Canadian government's guarantee if the contract is awarded to them.
So we've had discussions about potentially, for instance, the AMAILA dam project, hydro projects in which Canada has significant experience. Canadian companies may be interested in some of the bridge projects, so there was interest in looking at the bridge between across the quarantine between Guyana and Suriname. And most relevant at the moment is the gas-to-shore project, which obviously is one of the largest infrastructure projects that Guyana has ever undertaken, which will significantly reduce energy costs So that is a process that's in the works at the moment, and it's a Canadian consortium that has been shortlisted, and we're very optimistic about that. So, and CCC is involved in that project and would bring the government guarantee to that project if this consortium was identified as the winning bid.
It had previously been reported that 5 bids ranging from US $450 million to US $900 million were received for the construction of the Gas to Shore project. At present, government has been meeting with landowners who will be affected by the project with a view of offering them compensation. Meanwhile, Canada is well known for its hydropower infrastructure and accordingly could provide assistance to the AMAILA Falls project, according to Berman. In fact, the clean and renewable energy supplied by hydropower accounts for over 60% of all the electricity generated in Canada. Gerald Bryan, The Evening News.
Our BERBICE correspondent Andrew Carmichael joins us now to report that another farmer has come forward to complain of an incident in which her cattle were allegedly captured by stray catchers, even though the stray catchers' unit has been disbanded for some time now. Here are the details.
Recently, Vice President Dr. Bharat Jagdeo had to intervene after the 5274 NDC illegally impounded cattle belonging to a quarantine farmer after the stray catchers had reportedly picked the animals up from a dam. On Diwali Day, stray catchers were caught on camera picking up animals that were relaxing under a tree and taking them to a pound, which is under the control of the NDC. According to Budmati Budram, she was alerted by her husband of the incident.
Yesterday when my husband went to Baghdad, like 1:30 we lose our goat, and my husband gone with the goat in Baghdad because the whole Namanat section already cut out, and we graze our goat the part when I get her rice. And my husband called me like 2 o'clock time and tell me something is not right. While me there going, me see some goat there on the trench way where the jamun tree went, right? So me peeped all the goat come and stand up bottom the tree and they rest. So me pass them and me gone. Me go down more bottom. When me go down, me see one turn back, me hear the motorbiker come rev full speed a come. So me turn back and me watch me see get like about 4 pound man with them. Each one of them get cutlass. My husband wasn't there, I was very scared. Me see when he take out them goat from the Namanat over where no rice wasn't there. Everything cut out. Me even video them. Me video them how they take out the goat, just couple head and walk and drive the goat and carry them straight to the jamun tree, pick up all the other set and walk and carry them over the 55 over. Drive and gone with them.
22 heads of goat were taken to the number 63 village pound, and the family was told they will have to pay $7,000 each to have them released. Activist Gobind Harbhajan was contacted and took the matter to senior government officials on behalf of Budram.
Actually, we want to leave the goat because we don't have money to take it out, to be honest with you. We don't have any money to take it out. Thank God to Mr. Harbhajan. That he stand up with our bed, he get everything, we get our goat them free actually here now.
5274 NDC officials need to focus on the main function. Look after resident, streets, etc. Not engage in pounding of animal. The government make it clear all the pound are closed, and it's a simple process. If your animal destroy someone's crop, get the police and an RD and an RC and press damages. That's the way to go.
It was only recently that another farmer had an issue where his cattle was illegally impounded. Following the intervention of Vice President Dr. Bharat Jagdeo, those animals were released. And since then, a quarantine farmer has been taunting the Vice President and the President, saying that whenever animals are impounded, let them come and release those animals. The same was said about these goats that were just released. From number 63 Village and the Quarantine for the Evening News, Andrew Carmichael.
Guyana's High Commissioner to India, CHARRANDASS PERSAUD, has been caught on camera verbally abusing a woman on the premises of his residence in India. The video has been making its rounds on social media, but this newscast understands that the incident occurred since August 2021. Following the rapid circulation of the video today, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation released a statement on the incident. In the statement, the ministry admitted that the matter was brought to its attention by High Commissioner PERSAUD since the incident occurred on August 1 last year. The ministry further disclosed that the matter was fully investigated by the relevant authorities, and a formal response to the High Commission dated September 3, 2022, indicated that the allegation that sexually abusive words were used to the complainant had not been substantiated. In this regard, the ministry said it considers the matter closed. Coming up, €149 million Pediatric and Maternal Hospital to become premier facility, says Dr. Anthony, and AG hoping recommendations on appointing Chancellor CJ find bipartisan support. Do stay with us. More news ahead.
The writers of this program are depending on my ethnic but non-threatening voice to explain things they are too lazy to set up traditionally. Only 2 months into the semester.
Marcus, I was watching that. What's the matter with you?
Noreen, why you have all these things plugged in, man? You really don't check them bills, you know? You know the cost of electricity?
Marcus, you can't be so ridiculous. That's the fridge. Why would you unplug the fridge?
I don't understand why the cost of electricity is so high in this country, man. Somebody has to do something.
Marcus, you know what I realize? Something is really wrong with you. How are we supposed to live without electricity?
Hello, just like our ancestors survived back in the days.
I will have you know, Marcus, Noreen Angela Melville is not cut out for that type of life.
And already the 9th Ivy League squads buzz with future Olympians and presidents.
Did you know the gas-to-energy project is expected to reduce the cost of electricity by up to 50%? Yes, that project will slash electricity bills in half. This will also unleash a tsunami of benefits for the manufacturing sector in Guyana.
Wow. Marcus, did you hear that? Electricity will be cheaper. Now, Marcus, for the love of God, plug the fridge back in.
For the admissions brochure.
Cheryl, girl, you want me? Sorry, I'm interrupting y'all.
Marla, I'm here taking the census.
Girl, you done got a husband already, huh?
Miss, I am a census taker, going door to door so that everyone can be interviewed and counted in the National Census 2022.
What is the census though?
Well, the population and housing census is a count of the population and all the buildings every 10 years.
Getting counted transforms an entire nation.
From Region 1 to Region 10.
You know what? I believe our village needs a health center.
I think it needs some roads too. You see the man boots out there, how it's full of mud, eh?
That's why I'm asking Mrs. Da Silva a few questions from our questionnaire. We record the answers and then the data is used to help shape the future of the country.
Oh, so the two y'all not...
Oh gosh.
We call
Premier insurance coverage for less. Stay safe.
On the job, you know how it goes. 1 minute, everything's going right, and the next, something goes wrong. Don't worry, Premier Insurance will make things right again. For all risks insurance, call 223-0840 or visit premierinsurance.gy. Fuel your success. Premier insurance coverage for less.
Contractors, let the quality of your road constructions speak for themselves by investing in a walk-behind vibratory roller from Sylvies. Apart from improving productivity, our roller provides better compaction for soil and asphalt. Designed with the ability to turn, this machine also offers great flexibility for precise work near walls and sidewalks. Order it now before it's gone at sylviesonline.com or at our 31 High and Hatfield Street store.
Welcome back. You're watching the evening news. A total of 24 persons, including children, are now homeless following 6 fires which ripped through houses in West and East Berbice. Our Berbice correspondent Andrew Carmichael reports.
One of the fires erupted at about 10:30 hours on Monday after a car parked at number 50 Village Quarantine suddenly burst into flames. Those flames then spread to 2 houses and eventually onto another structure. It is still not clear what started the fire. The first building was occupied by 3 individuals, one of whom owned the now damaged car. Meanwhile, at about 8 hours on Monday, firefighters on the west coast of Berbice, Region 5, Mahaica Berbice, responded to a call of fire at number 8 Village. Marcel Bob, who lived there with 3 other family members, reported that his gas stove burst into flames. Moreover, a fire of unknown origin on Monday night completely destroyed a house at Lot 77 Palmaria Village, owned by a 52-year-old security guard. The owner of the house, Budnarain Danraj, who lived there with his wife, 6 children, 2 sons-in-law and 4 grandchildren, said he was in a hammock when he was alerted that the building was on fire.
After the dawn light, I lie down in the hammock. So them there outside, I light one fine squib and them thing. For this side of the house. It's all we hear them holler about. Me not even know say fire and talk about. We see the place bright and we see the all snatch and run. So me get up from the hammock, I come from the hammock. Me the little granddaughter, none of side for run, go me snatch shoes and hand and after the glass of all me run out, come out with them there. Then me told me come watch up in the house. A bit flaming.
According to Danraj, he had built a 2-story house over a 3-year span and was planning to install the final blocks on Tuesday.
A lot of things there in the house. Everything was in the house gone. Everything. They're not necessary. Everything to the backyard, nothing money, nothing necessary, clothes, nothing. We can't focus on all right now.
How long will you build this house?
About 3 years now, we had the house built.
That's all I done?
No, not complete too.
Meanwhile, on Saturday, 7 persons were left homeless when a fire at Cariveton Region 6 spread to 2 additional buildings at Gore PERSAUD Avenue. Reports are that the fire started at a house owned by 23-year-old Stacey Johnson, a government part-time employee attached to number 76 Health Center. Johnson and 6 other family members occupied the building. Reports are that at about 13 hours, a child was playing with a lighter and paper, and during the playful experiment, the fire caught and other combustible material was burnt. The fire quickly spread to the next building, which was occupied by Burgess Ahmed and 2 other family members. Both buildings were completely destroyed. Andrew Carmichael, The Evening News.
With consultations on constitutional reform expected to start after the Constitutional Reform Commission is in place, Attorney General Anil Nandlal SC is hoping that the method for appointing the Chancellor and Chief Justice is one of the many things examined and pronounced on. Here are the details from Gerald Bryan.
Attorney General Anil Nandlal made these observations while participating in a virtual town hall meeting on constitutional reform and the judicial selection process. A 2/3 majority is needed in the National Assembly to make changes to the Constitution. The Attorney General was therefore hopeful that the recommendations coming out of the constitutional reform consultations find bipartisan support.
Guyana is poised to go on a wide-ranging constitutional reform process, which is going to involve the establishment of a broad-based constitutional commission that will do widespread consultation across the country. And hopefully, one of the provisions which will be microscopically examined in this process is the very article that speaks to the appointment of a Chancellor and a Chief Justice. And hopefully we will get recommendations emanating out of the process, which will find political consensus, because you require 2/3 majority to change these provisions in the Constitution.
He noted that since the process for appointing the Chancellor and Chief Justice was changed, confirmations to the 2 most senior positions in the judiciary have been gridlocked.
We are perhaps the only country in the Commonwealth where the Chief Justice and the Chancellor are to be appointed by the President, the head of the executive, only upon agreement of the leader of the opposition. And that's a constitutional formula embedded in our constitution, entrenched in the most profound way. And since that change occurred, unfortunately, the reality has been that we have never been able to appoint a chancellor nor a chief justice substantively to those offices, because we have never been able to secure an agreement between the president and the leader of the opposition. So since 2006, with the ascendancy of the Honorable Madame Desiree Bernard, was the last confirmed chancellor, and the Honorable Carl Singh, the last confirmed chief justice.
Currently, Justice Janet Cummings Edwards is the acting chancellor, while Justice Roxanne George is the acting chief justice. President Dr. Irfan Ali has said that they are trying to finish setting up the constitutional commissions before confirmation of the top judicial post is addressed. Jarrell Bryan, The Evening News.
A US $148 million pediatric and maternal hospital earmarked for Ogle on the east coast of Demerara is poised to become a premier healthcare facility in the country, says Minister of Health Dr. Frank Anthony. He made the remarks at a tree planting exercise organized at the site of the institution by the Pan American Health Organization. Luana McAllister tells us more.
Several pink and white pui trees were planted on the site to commemorate the commencement of the project. Minister of Health Dr. Frank Anthony, while at the ceremony, expressed that the Pediatric and Maternal Hospital is set to become a premier facility.
This is a facility that we see would be a game changer in Guyana in terms of providing for health of children and women. And when it's finished, it's going to be a 256-bed hospital. We have approximately 150 beds for children and about 100 beds for women, high-risk women who would be using the facility.
The €149 million specialized hospital is a part of the government's commitment to making Guyana a hub for first-class medical services.
The facility would also have specialized care. So for oncological patients, we'll be able to do cardiac surgeries and so forth right at this facility. And the services that we'll be providing here is not only going to be for Guyanese citizens, but we expect that the service would be of such quality that persons from the Caribbean who need such service would be able to come here and access the service.
The move to establish a state-of-the-art hospital stemmed from a memorandum of understanding signed between Guyana and Austria. The construction will be facilitated by Austrian company VAM and is expected to open in the next 2 years. Meanwhile, PAHO Director and Regional Director of the World Health Organization, Dr. Carissa Iteni, expressed that the activity signifies the gradual growth of Guyana's health sector and PAHO's partnership with the government. Lawanda McAllister for the Evening News.
The issue of delays in the delivery of judgments in the judicial system was once again addressed by Attorney General Anil Nandlal SC, who opined that judges must be held accountable. Luana McAllister joins us again with the details.
Attorney General Anil Nandlal made the comments during a virtual town hall meeting set up by the University of the West Indies Cave Hill campus that dealt with constitutional reform and the judicial selection process. The AG emphasized the importance of judges having security of tenure, noting that such protections are the cornerstone of democracy. But he noted that when judges are not discharging their duty in a timely manner, and this is having a serious effect on the administering of justice, there is a need for accountability.
After the conclusion of taking submissions from lawyers, that is after the trial and after hearing submissions, by law, they are to write or render a decision or a judgment within 6 months thereafter. It has never been obeyed.
In this regard, Nandlal touted the need for judges to get into the habit of delivering more precise judgments.
We have to find ways of writing decisions. The Privy Council has said over and over again there is no need to write any decision that's so long, and in our jurisdiction, in the Caribbean, judges still continue to write very prolonged judgments. I don't think that they're necessary, but that seems to be a tradition. And we have to break away with that if that's what's consuming the time. and have smaller judgments, concise judgments, and quicker turnover.
Nevertheless, the AG recognized the challenges of the judiciary and the need for more funding.
I have no doubt that the judiciary will tell you that they are understaffed, under-resources, the workload is heavy, extraordinarily heavy. In my last stint as Attorney General, we changed the complement of High Court judges we increased the complement from 12 to 20. We are now going to Parliament to increase the Court of Appeal from 5 to 9. Obviously, we have to get physical space. We also have to staff and resource the judiciary with the support personnel and support technical resources that they require. But certainly, we live in a litigious society. We have tried ADR. It has not really worked. We are moving towards arbitration in a big way in Guyana. I don't know whether it will work. The Guyanese litigants, like the rest of the Caribbean litigants, they want their day in court. They like that adversarial system. They want to go to trial. They want to have their say. And unfortunately, that presents a serious problem.
Nandala had previously flagged the backlog of cases in the judiciary, including the Court of Appeal. Last year, he had said that the delay has resulted in massive miscarriages of justice, and although the backlog has been cleared in the Civil Division of the High Court, there remains stagnation in the Criminal Assizes, the Court of Appeal, and the Magistrates Court. Lawanda McAllister, The Evening News.
And now for a look at the bridge report.
There will be no closures of the Demerara Harbour Bridge on Wednesday, October 26, 2022. Meanwhile, the Berbice River Bridge is expected to be closed on Wednesday, October 26, 2022 at 16 hours 50 for a period of 1.5 hours.
Golden Grove CWSS to clash for Guy Oil title after exciting 6th round, and Simmons steps down as Windy's men's head coach. Details of these stories in the Sportcast, sponsored by MacCorp, coming up on the other side of the break.
Hi, my name is Jalen Softly, and I'm very excited to have G20 set up this fiber cable. As you can see, I'm young, so I'll be using this Wi-Fi, this internet, to be doing my everyday browsing and searching and, just my homework and assignments, playing games, watching YouTube, the regular stuff. I really enjoy the service. I think it's extremely great. And you also have like the free minutes, so for that, if you're in trouble, you call your parents or someone.
Planning a cleanup? We can help. Sevon's waste management skip bins can be provided for home renovation projects, yard cleanups, or construction sites. It's simple. Step 1, just pick up the phone and give us a call. Step 2, we deliver the skip bin size of your choice. Step 3, load the skip with all of your junk. And finally, step 4, we take it all away. It's that simple. Bins are also available in various sizes, so there's no job that's too big or too small. Call Sevon's Waste Management today at 218-1455 or 218-1150.
Cheryl, girl, you won't believe... Sorry, I'm interrupting y'all.
Marla, I'm here taking the census.
Girl, you done got a husband already, huh?
Miss, I am a census taker, going door to door so that everyone can be interviewed and counted in the National Census 2022.
What is the census though?
Well, the Population and Housing Census is a count of the population and all the buildings every 10 years.
Getting counted transforms an entire nation.
From Region 1 to Region 10.
You know what? I believe our village needs a health center.
I think it needs some roads too. You see the man boots out there, how it's full of mud, eh?
That's why I'm asking Mrs. De Silva a few questions from our questionnaire. We record the answers and then the data is used to help shape the future of the country.
Oh, so the two y'all not...
Oh gosh.
At John Lewis Styles, we carry only first quality men's and women's clothing, footwear, and accessories. As authorized dealers, Our items come directly from the manufacturing brands and are available in all sizes and colors. What we sell was never on display in another store. It's time you know the truth about what you buy. Come visit us on Waterloo Street. John Lewis Styles. Simply different.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality? Or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Sadco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store. Located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rhymeville.